Hey everybody, Dan Sixsmith for Sales is King. How are you? Wanted to go through a new research report from the Objective Management Group on what the top 10% of sellers are doing today. And it's pretty interesting. We talk a lot about kind of the newer approach to sales, which of course is critical, being more consultative and uncovering issues and asking questions. But when you look at this report, there's still these old school foundational components of selling that are still required at your core to be successful. So let's go through them. They're quite interesting. Number one is the top salespeople are rejection proof. They keep pushing through while others tend to give up. So they know that the sales process is a marathon. In some cases, they know that they've got to keep pushing forward. They can't get frustrated. They have to keep figuring out a way to get themselves and their company across the goal line. So number one is be rejection proof. Number two is the top salespeople are comfortable talking about money. Very important, obviously. And what they refer to in this study is that not only are they comfortable talking about money, but they're skilled at helping prospects figure out ways to find budget, because that's got to be a big one that comes up quite a bit. Hey, I love your solution, I love your product, we have no budget. So the top salespeople get creative and they work with the prospect to figure out ways to make a deal happen. The next one, they're great at hunting, right? So even though they may be an outside rep and they've got inside people setting up appointments for them, they still create their own demand. If you remember the Rain Group study that we talked about, the third top level is creating your own demand. So being out there, networking, always being on, figuring out ways to upsell and cross-sell within accounts and continue to build your own pipeline while others are out there still working for you. So hunting is a critical skill of the top 10% of the performers. The next one, thinking positive thoughts. The top performers in their mind visualize success. They see themselves successful. They know that they can do it, and they don't get discouraged. They keep forging ahead, thinking positive thoughts. The last one, and one that certainly I'm not surprised by, but nonetheless is noteworthy, is they don't need to be liked. Many of us think about sales as a relationship game, and it is a relationship game. But the bottom line is sometimes you need to go in and challenge. Sometimes you need to say things that may ruffle feathers. So not being liked also helps you keep your eye on the ball, keeps you in the mode of potentially challenging the status quo, which oftentimes is one of the biggest things that kills deals. So get this article. It's from the Objective Management Group. I'll put a link up here. And think about those key tips. Think about what those top 10% are doing. Think about how well you're doing in each of those areas and what you can do to improve, and go out there and sell.